channel. Today we are doing another Survivor video on Survivor Winners at War because I saw a comment that I had, so I decided to make one about it. So here's the Winners of War cast if you don't know. Amber, winner season 8, Kim 24, Nick 37, Sandra 7 and 20, Sarah 34, Sophie 23, Tony 28, and he won this season. Tyson 27, Wendell 36, Yule 13, Adam 33, Ben 35, Danny 11, Denise 25, Ethan 3, Jeremy 31, Michelle 32, Natalie 29, Parvati 16, and Rob 22. So I had to cut down the cast in half. So the 6 that I originally cut was Amber, Wendell, Adam, Ben, Danny, Denise. I like all these Survivor players. I think everyone on the original cast are there's some that I like. For Ben, for example, I don't think he's like the greatest game player because he was up for elimination. People wanted to get him out. But I do like every single person on this cast for one reason or another. Then the next 3 I cut were Nick, Sophie, and Ethan. And these 11 are some of my favorite Survivor players. And they're almost all of them are in my top 10 greatest Survivor game players of all time. But I had to cut one more. And I decided to land on Yule. Yule's my favorite winner of all time. But I decided to keep these because I feel like these winners are more liked and popular in the community. Spoiler bomb down there. So the first person I separated into groups were these 4 because they were in the Hall of Fame, these 3 because they were pretty dominant, and you can say these 2 were dominant because they're alliance, Jeremy and Tyson, and these 2 are well loved in the community. These are all the people I considered: Chris Audrey, nice season 9, ARS 2812, and Tommy 37. Not 37, 39. I was also debating on putting Jenna Maraska on the cast, but I decided not to. The first person here is Richard Hatch. He won the first season. I'm kind of surprised he was. I know why he wasn't on the first season, but I'm surprised he wasn't. And that's really all I have to say. Tina is very adaptable, and I would really like her to play. In my opinion, she should have been on the cast instead of Amber, but it's fine. Next, we have Vesepia. I'm actually kind of shocked Vesepia hasn't came back yet, but she really should. Tom Westman. It's Tom Westman. He was very dominant in challenges. I think he might be the most dominant winner of, him and Mike Holloway, of challenges of all time. And Heroes and Villains, he was a big threat, so they voted him out, and Palau, he won, so. Earl Cole. I talked about this in my last Survivor video, so if you want an in-depth, why I think Earl Cole should come back, watch that video. It's on my Survivor playlist on my channel. But I will do a brief summary. I think Earl Cole should come back because he was very dominant. He was 1 vote away from getting a perfect game. And he's very good at the game. Top 3 most dominant of all time. Up there for Kim and Boston Rob. Todd Herzog, same thing. Great Survivor player. Shocked he hasn't come back yet. Very good. Next is JT. I know JT is controversial in Game Changers, but he was the first to get perfect game in Token Scenes. One of the greatest dominant winners. I know he didn't do good moves in Game Changers and Heroes vs. Villains, but his Token Scenes game alone is carrying him onto this tier list. Next is Sean Cochran. He's the only person on this cast, of who I recasted, that won our attorney season. And Cochran. I like Cochran. I think a lot of people like Cochran. And he's just here. Now we're here on the 2 new era winners. Yes, I have no one in the 30s here. First is D. She won 45. In my opinion, the second most dominant player in the new era. Season 50, we have not seen her finish. The season hasn't fully aired yet, and we don't know what her placement is. But if she does good on this season, she's in contention of being in the debate of greatest of all time. Obviously, she could always win again. And the last person I had on this list is Kyle Fraser, the winner of Survivor 48. Survivor 48 is not that good of a season, but in my opinion, the best new era player came out of it, and Kyle. Kyle's my favorite new era winner. And I feel really bad for Kyle because I was rooting for him for Survivor 50. He had really good connections, but he had to get medevac for hurting his foot. Very sad. So here was the cast before, and here's my cast now. So if this was an in-depth cast, an actual cast, here's who I would think will be first boots: Tony, Sandra, and Boston Rob, some of the biggest threats. And who I think will be a winner watch: Tina, Kyle, and Todd. Todd because compared to all these big names, he can go under the radar. Tina because her adaptability. And Kyle because he's so likable, and that could be a reason to get voted out. But I feel like Kyle will be able to navigate through the game through that lens.